Wow, what a crazy day. It's definitely Missouri weather. Guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. We're in the middle of a thunder sleet storm right now. It's it was really coming down earlier. I mean, really coming down. And you can see it's pretty white now, but yeah, hope you enjoyed today's video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely subscribe. There's so many. I checked the analytics. It's crazy how many people watch these videos that aren't subscribed. So subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. Check us out on all of our social outlets, Turner Logging LLC at Instagram and Facebook, Logger Threads at Instagram and Facebook, and loggerthreads.com for all that logging apparel, and Timber Tracker, timbertracker.net. You can download the free app there. We'll probably be using the app here on my tablet to kind of go through and get a rough idea of these logs, see what's here. So, whew, it's cold. It's real cold. I'm ready to go home. It's been a long day. Guys, enjoy today's video. We'll see you tomorrow. Happy Easter. Not such the nice spring-like weather today that we had yesterday. It's about 30 degrees. The wind's kind of pushing out of the north a little bit, and they're calling for snow here in just a little bit. So we got the cat up here. We're gonna get it offloaded, and people always want to park right in the way. Got that car right in the way where I need to go. Of course, I'll have to go down here and turn the trailer, get the truck and trailer turned around to even get in there. And I was wanting to leave the trailer up here, but it's so soft, it kind of makes me leery to even try to do that. But first, let's get this thing offloaded and get it up there. Get it up on the deck, that way we can start working up logs. We probably won't work any logs up today. We'll probably do that tomorrow. Dad will be up here with me tomorrow. You guys have been asking about Dad. Dad is doing fine. He just, sometimes these jobs like this that are a little further away from home, he doesn't always want to go every day because it's, you know, it's a long drive. There's a lot of drive time, which is okay. But Dad will be up here tomorrow. He was actually out in Kansas yesterday looking at timber. So he was out there looking at walnut. But we'll get this thing offloaded and try to get up here and get going before this wind, because it's already starting to push real hard out of the north. So that's going to play a factor in today's ventures. So let's get the machine off. These big ones sure do make a lot of noise when they hit the ground. Luckily, this one went in a good place right here in this nasty old log road. Didn't damage any residual trees on the way down. It's a heck of a piece of wood. It's going to be a load for the old 548 in these soft ground conditions to get it out. Now, there's a few more smaller oak over here I'd like to cut, but I'm probably just going to let them go because it's just too muddy and too hard to get to them. I fought this morning trying to get walnut out, and great, now it's raining. Just now starting to rain. Work might get cut short. So I've still got one of these big oak that's bigger than this one that I wanted to get cut today. That was the plan. And you can kind of see how big this brood is. It's a chunk of wood, a lot of footage there. I really hope this rain and snow holds off. It's not what I want to see. Let's see if we can muscle this thing out of here. I just talked to my cousin back in Stockton. He said there's ice on the windows down there. I guess they're getting some weather, but it looks like there might be something pushing in up here. I know it's getting colder. I was just sitting in my truck to warm up, and we're reading 28 degrees. It's a far cry from the 65 and sunny we had yesterday. I'm going to go over here and cut these 5 walnut trees on the other side of the creek. That's I was looking at a way to winch them across, but I don't think I have enough cable. It'd be too far of a winch. So I'm going to take the axe. I just fueled up. So we're going to drive down the road, cross the bridge, and drive in on the other side. See if we can't get them laid down. And I'll probably just leave them in the ditch there. I don't think I better drag them down the road. You never know. I do crazy things like that every now and then. Getting to be a pretty good pile of logs out here. Getting to be a pretty good pile of logs. I've got everything that was hung up. The only thing left back over here is on the other side of the power line. There's a few oak over there. The oak cell, excluding the veneer, won't be till later in the week, so I'm not as worried about them. The walnut we're going to try to unload Tuesday. So, yeah. Let's go see if we can add to the pile, because one of these is a real champ. Let's go take a look at it. All right, we just come right in off the road. There's kind of like an old lane or something right there anyway, the way it looks. Maybe at one time there was, I don't know. You never know with things like this. There might have been some little road to get down here at one point in time. Who knows? Pretty good tree here. Decent tree right here. I push out around it. Got another good one right here. And originally I was going to try to winch them. I was going to try to set over there and winch them across, but these right here I don't think I'd have any trouble getting. But this one here, I could probably got it too. That's a pretty good tree there, but this old boy here, that is a good tree. That is a real good tree. I don't think we'd have enough cable to get him. And these are, the landowner come down here and marked lines for me with paint. So we are just on the line with this guy. Just on the line now. Out there. That guy right there in front of me, that is some kind of tree. And there's about 9 of them in there too. In that little low area. Good trees, good trees. But these here are well worth getting. So let's get started barking them, because they will be dirty. Promise you that. Water gets all over this, I'm sure. You can tell where it washes stuff in, debris. A little bit of a hole there. Let's get to barking them, and we'll get them drug out and we'll call it a day. We'll jump on the skid steer and do some smoothing up with the bucket. Well, that's 4. We got 1 more to go. Now I need to push out around it. It's sleeting pretty good. It has been for about the last 10 minutes. It's a pretty stick of wood right there. Pretty stick of wood. They've all cut really good. I wish they were a little bigger. The top, it hit on that one side and kind of busted a little bit of the top, but that's all right. It busted up there where the lumber's at, so not a big loss, but I hate to see them bust, but sometimes there's not a lot you can do on these big tall ones that crotch in the top. So we'll try to move these around, and we need to push out around that other one before we cut it, just to be safe, because I don't have much of a getaway path, and I always like having a place to run before I cut them. It was real good. They've all fell back away from the property line. That way I don't have to drag tops or anything from one landowner to the other. I don't like falling trees across property lines, even when there's no line. You know, there's just it's paint. There's no fence or anything, but still, it's just easier if you can avoid that situation altogether. It might be a long, rough drive home if the weather keeps up like this. Like I said, it's sleeting pretty good, peppering on down. Well, let's hop on the skidder, see if we can make a move here. Thunder sleet. It's been doing this for about 30 minutes now. Right there when I was cutting the last couple of trees, it really picked up. And it is thunder sleet. Thunder and lightning. It's pretty cool, actually. It might be a fun drive home tonight. I think the roads are probably getting pretty bad because it's coming down pretty good. See the ice there just building up on my shirt. Ice coming. Back up here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to two-hand it. You talk about crazy weather. Literally, thunder sleet. It's kind of let up now, but it was thundering and lightning. I mean, it was sleeting hard there for a while, real hard. It didn't take long for the ground to get white. Pretty good day. About got the wraps on this one. It's still thundering back to the east. Pretty good day. Cut several. These last ones I drug out. There's the one the top busted on that one. That's a shame. It hit on that crotch just right and busted it. Not terrible, but still. Hate that. But there's as tall as those things are, not a lot you can do in some of those situations. Just glad we can get them and get them out. It looks like we've already picked up another job on the neighbor, which that's always a plus too. I love working up here in this area, cutting this walnut and big oak timber. It's really good. Actually, the gentleman we're cutting on, he's a Missouri State representative. So he's in Jeff City so many days of the week in session, and he comes back here. So it's really been a pleasure to get to work for him and cut timber on him. One more day of cutting, we should have it wrapped up, and we'll take the skid steer. And I told him I'd smooth all that out and fix it for him. We'll even fix it to where it drains good, because there's a lot of water coming off that hill, and we'll fix it to where it drains better for him. It's one of the perks to having the bucket and everything. But I'm hoping I can get home. The sleet like it is. I guess let's try it. Let's try to go home.